Shmitty crew, you know what to do. It's your boy. It's your boy. Shmitty. And today for y'all, I got the 20 mythical creatures that actually existed in real life. So, without further ado, we're going to get straight into this video because unlike a music reaction or any of them other reactions, I ain't worried about getting copyrighted. So let's get straight into it. So, we starting off with some bullshit. I know that's just not
So many
real.
urban legends and mythological creatures that it's hard to keep track. From folklore to incredible tales meant to explain the world. We have 20 mythical creatures today that all in some form or
Comment down below what's your favorite creature. Mine has to be a griffin. Definitely a griffin. Or maybe what's a Pegasus? Yeah, anything that's like hella fast on land and can fly. Like just give some shit wings. Like give a lion or a horse some wings. But I know those for sure didn't exist. Or did they?
another existed in real
Nigga, that
life.
looks straight out of Narnia.
There are some incredible stories that all wow and shock and indeed have for centuries or even millennia.
God, what is
But
that,
what if
the
these
Demogorgon?
monsters really did walk the earth?
Them
Make
is
sure you watch through to
avatars.
the end. For some creatures,
And
you'd
that's
be
from
surprised to have
fucking
very humble
anime.
beginnings.
Not the Kraken.
Dire
Number one.
wolves.
Dire wolves.
Not just
This is for show real. Dire wolves are for show real because I know Jon Snow. Yeah, like you know.
a thing of fantasy, dire
These things
wolves
used
are
to
a
be hella
breed of
big.
extinct canine.
I bet
They're
a
one
white
of the
bitch
most
could have a
famous
dire wolf.
prehistoric carnivores of
Like,
North
it's so
America,
cute.
along with their contemporary competitor, Slimodon.
Nah.
They were an incredible predator, measuring nearly 5 feet from head to
Slimodon?
tail and weighing 150 to 200 pounds. They
That's
were
hella
about
heavy.
25% bigger than most giant dogs alive today, and 25% heavier than the most enormous gray wolves. Griffins.
Shut up! Shut up! You're capping. 20 mythical creatures that actually exist. Ain't no griffin exist. Come on now, be fucking for BFFR, bruh. BFFR, bruh. Be fucking for real, bruh. Come on, let's be real. I'm gonna need a whole ass segment on this if this shit's true, bruh.
Stuff of
We're looking for our
legends.
mascot.
Griffins are said to be a creature with a lion's body and an eagle's head and wings. While what we understand
way.
as a griffin might not exist, not explicitly,
Okay.
there are similar creatures out there that may have led ancient people to this understandable conclusion. Scythian nomads mining gold in Central
If
Asia
griffins existed, bro, what the fuck is a Tesla here for?
as of the first millennium BC told stories of the fierce eagle-beaked, lion-sized griffin that wandered in the mines guarding the gold. Instead, these
Bro,
miners
that's
may have
just
found skeletons of the Proceratops dinosaur and came up with their own backstory. Similar
That shit looks
dinosaurs,
nothing like a
including
griffin.
Tyrannosauratops and
played my Ark
Sinoceratops, were
Survival,
found in
bro.
the
Come
same
on.
mines. These
That
creatures
shit
all had
gives
a
off
different
purple
neck
smoke.
shield, and the Protoceratops had a bird-like beak. However, it was
Okay,
all
that
about the
makes a lot of
size
sense.
of a sheep. The Tyrannoceratops were similar, with the distinct difference being the size.
Bro, honestly, imagine being a paleontologist for a second. And yes, Shmitty gang, I just whipped out a fat ass fucking word on you. I get it. But like, be fucking for real, bro. Imagine your job is. How do you even go about doing that nowadays? Are they still in work? Are we paying taxpayer dollars to figure out where these bones are? And like, when you go into those museums, like, are those shits real? Are those like actual like a big like the Smithsonian? I've been to the Smithsonian before, right? In Washington D.C., they got a fat ass T-Rex in there and a fat ass Brontosaurus. Kind of like, ooh, that makes me want to get lit and watch Nightmare in the Museum. Oh my god, that sounds fire. That sounds fire. Let's get straight.
And its two front horns. In contrast, the Sinoceratops had just one horn on the front and was roughly the size of an elephant. While it's not as exciting as a lion-bodied eagle creature, this is pretty consistent with most depictions of griffins throughout history and cultures, meaning the chances are this is the actual creature behind the myth. Camel leopard.
This is the
Like
bitch of
one
the
other on the
dinosaurs, bro.
list, the camelopard is
You
actually
can't tell me that's the most fruity dinosaur you ain't ever seen, bro. Look at the way you looking at me, bro. Look at the way you looking at me, bro.
a real but misidentified creature. They were considered
Ah,
monsters,
hell
camel
nah.
and leopard hybrid, and dangerous. However, the camelopard is simply the
What's
medieval
that?
name for the beast we now call a
A
giraffe.
giraffe.
There are no
Yeah.
magical properties, just a
Giraffes are
unique
dope.
look and a strange marking
They're
that
hella
scared
tall.
medieval travelers
That's why
and
I wanna
explorers
go.
alike.
I haven't been to the zoo in
Are
so
you a
long.
cryptid lover? Do you love the idea of these mythological
You know,
creatures?
as a kid, I feel like I took a lot of this stuff like for granted. And look at this white bitch, bro. She's trying to figure out where's all this shit at, bro. Your red nail polish, your red Susan B. Anthony fucking nail polish, bro, does not match that fucking salmon sweatshirt, that crochet, bro. Ugh.
Really existing?
Look at the.
Let
Oh
us
my
know your
God.
thoughts down in the comments.
You're supposed to tell
Blimier.
me if this stuff existed. What do you mean? What the hell is
One of the more
that?
strange stories on our list today
That nigga looks like an Easter bunny with his head on his back, bro. What is that? What is that? And why is it black? Come on now. Come, bro, this is just another fucking slur for the people to me. Blimey. Next thing you know, niggas is gonna start getting offended and you call him a blimey, bruh. Cause what the fuck is this? This
is
isn't
that of the
real.
Blimier. Instead, these
Blimier?
creatures
Hell
were a
nah.
nomadic kingdom of African people in northern Nubia between 600 and 300 AD. However, ever since the early origins, stories have been
Nigga
told
looks
of
like a
their
hairy
headless
fucking
nature.
thumb.
Legends told of the people
Crossbreeder
with
with
broad
the fucking
shoulders
nutsack.
covered in hair, ears beneath their armpits, and most notably on the upper chest. They
You know
feature
what? Honestly, that might not be the most far-fetched thing. Like, it's really disgusting and hard to believe. Like, that shit looks like something like that you see in the mirror, like the evil witch's mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest of them? Ah! Type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you see Humpty Dumpty in the
two
mirror or
large,
something, bro.
bulging
But
eyes
like
and a
all
face.
that
Modern
incest,
understanding suggests the headless
that looks
legends
like
came
Jake.
from their combat
Jake from
tactic of keeping their heads
not
pressed
my
close
boy
to the
Jake, but
chest
Jake
while half squatting a knee to the ground.
What is it, bitch time? Yeah.
Dobhar Chew.
Looks dope. I like dope.
A creature of Irish folklore, the Dobhar Chew is said to resemble both a dog and an otter, but sometimes is described as a half dog,
We
half
could for
fish.
sure do that.
The creature lives in water and
Oh,
has
we
fur
could for
with
sure do
protective
that,
properties.
bro. That's
We're
dope.
likely looking at a formidable relative to the otter, which had been a predator around 6 million years ago.
Wow,
This
bro.
is the Similagale
That's dope.
malutra, and it was the size of a wolf at about 50 kilograms. These creatures had a powerful bite which would have allowed them to crush shells or the bones of birds and other mammals. Truthfully, little is known about the creature, but it was likely more of a formidable predator and easily could have been the stuff of
That
legends.
Tarzan? And the friendly dragon?
Nine-tailed fox.
Get the fuck out
The tale of the
here.
nine-tailed fox is that
Get
of
the
Asian
fuck
folklore
outta
across many
here.
cultures. This is
For
simpler
real.
to explain than a simple misunderstanding.
Niggas got Dragon
The
Ball Z
nine-tailed
characters
fox
up
is
here,
as
bro.
accurate as any other fox because they were
Get outta
simply
here.
ancient foxes. Foxes are commonplace in Japan, and the belief is that as the fox
What does a
advanced
fox
in
even
age,
say?
it would grow more
If you're asking
tails
what
over
does
the
fox
years.
say, what the fuck does the nine-tailed fox say? What is the Dobakarshiku? The Dobakashu.
While the magical properties likely don't exist
That
in
looks
these
like a
creatures,
Power Ranger
it's easy to
fucking
explain
upgrade,
that
bro.
these creatures exist. They're just not the stuff of legends. Gigantic squid.
That looks disgusting.
No talk of mythological creatures and cryptids
No
would be
tentacle
complete
porn
without
in
sea
here, bro.
monsters.
Please no.
The
Please
Greeks
no.
spoke of a six-headed sea goddess named Skylla, while cultures in the Bahamas had a half-shark, half-octopus creature called the Luska. This isn't
Nigga,
even
that's
to
a
mention
kraken.
Nordic
Shut the
legends
fuck
of
up.
the
That's a
Kraken,
kraken.
described
Yeah,
as
thank
recently
you.
as the 18th century in Europe's first modern scientific.
Alright, real shit though. Anything that comes out the ocean, I'm subject to believe, bro. Anything that comes out the ocean, I'm subject to believe, bro. Because that shit goes down so deep. Like the deeper they get, the uglier they get, bro. It's just uglier and uglier and uglier, bro. Like, y'all ever see an anglerfish or Simonocrops? Like, they get. Bitch, nobody was talking to you. She always be tripping. But yeah, anything that come out the water, like straight out the Bermuda Triangle or Atlantis, I'm with it, bro.
World
I get it.
surveys.
It's still
Finally, in
probably alive.
1853, Norwegian naturalists described the creature as a giant squid which existed deep beneath the depths. This is not a single
That's the
squid,
fuck
but a
you
subspecies of deep ocean-dwelling squid, growing
That
around
looks like
10 to
that Bounty
13 meters in
Ultra
length.
Strong.
from
Its
posterior
tentacles look like
fins to
that
the
bounty
top of the
ultra
2
strong.
longest tentacles. It is the single
Okay,
largest
bro. I
invertebrate
don't
on
know.
Earth,
Y'all saw
but it
it.
also has some of the largest eyes of any animal, larger than even great whales. They exist primarily in Antarctica's deep sea, but we can likely assume they could have lived all over due to changing ocean temperatures.
We need live
Kraken.
cameras. Oh! That's Cthulhu. That ain't the
If
Kraken.
not for giant squids, we may not have Kraken
You
stories.
never, bro. I can't believe in the Kraken because even in video games, you don't ever see the Kraken. Like, let's keep it a buck. Do you even know what the Kraken's face looks like? I didn't play my fair share of video games, whether it's Sea of Thieves, whatever, bro. All you see is tentacles. The fucking game developers don't even know what this shit's supposed to look like. So how you gonna tell me that this shit exists? Goddamn Kraken, bro.
But
You
not
gotta
all
be
theories have to
fucking.
do with an actual
Hey,
creature.
that's come from the sea, man.
The Kraken, in a sense, might be real, but instead of a giant, deep-sea dwelling cephalopod, a treacherous whirlpool.
I'm Andrea, founder of a boutique handbag brand, Andy, and this.
Thanks to literature by the likes of Jules Verne, it's described as a legendary sea monster
look at
seen
that.
off the coast of
Look
Norway.
at that. That
This
ain't.
would lead to
That's
comparing the
crazy.
Kraken's boat-engulfing whirlpool when it submerged, compared to Norway's famed Moskromoon, known commonly as the Maelstrom. While
Sea
it
shit is
may
so
have
cool to
been
me,
just
bro.
a giant squid in the waters to
crazy.
unseen eyes, the consistency with the Kraken's association with whirlpools leads many to believe that the real Kraken was just treacherous waters deep below. Moby Dick.
What? I'm sorry,
Of
y'all. I'm not
course,
too
Herman
familiar about
Melville's
this.
story Moby Dick is a work of fiction, but it was inspired by real-life events of an American whaling ship named Essex. The boat was rammed by a sperm whale on November 20th, 1820.
A what? A what?
Of course, Herman Melville's story Moby Dick is a work of fiction, but it was inspired by real-life events of an American whaling ship named Essex. The boat was rammed by a sperm whale on November 20th,
Hey,
1820,
yo!
and later sank. All 20 crewmen initially survived the shipwreck, but only 8 survived after their journey eventually devolved into cannibalism. While the whale might not have been quite the same, the encounter was what the climactic scene was based on and would long since be
I ain't
famous
going out
for.
to cannibalism. You got me fucked up. Second a nigga
Sharpidus.
tried to bite me, you got me fucked up. Nigga, that's Charybdis.
Another distinct
You
but
ain't never
similar
played
sea
Smite?
creature includes the sea monster Sharpidus and Skyla, who appear as challenges to epic creatures.
Those are gods. You got missed with that shit, man. Those are gods. I played my Smite. I play my video games. I know
Like Odysseus,
Scylla
Jason, and Arenas.
See?
She's said to be located in the Strait of Messina.
Deep sea
Legend
monster.
claims Sharpidus lives under a small rock on one side of the narrow channel, while Skyla lives under another. To be between Skyla and Sharpidus means
They
to be
reworked
presented
Scylla to
with
look
2
like that?
opposite
That'd be
dangers.
dope.
The task for these heroes was to find a way through safely. Similar to the Kraken of Norway, Sharpidus was said to be simply a giant whirlpool. A whirlpool, in
Man,
fact, does not
just really think about how bitch made all of these people were, bruh. How bitch made all of them work, bro. They were all so afraid of these mythical creatures that they just be coming up with shit, bro. Imagine just getting smacked by a starfish and you go, ah, ah, it's the Greek goddess of the sea monster. Oh no, I need to eat my crewmates because I'm never gonna make it back alive.
exist there and is caused by currents meeting there. However, it's not an epic danger as the story claims. It's dangerous only to small crafts in the worst conditions. While nearly all of these last 3 can be linked to a different thing, primarily whirlpools or giant squids, it's interesting to see how the creature's interpretation came up throughout cultures. Do you have one similar that you think we missed? There are plenty of sea monster stories to choose from, and if you think we missed an opportunity, we'd love to hear it from you down below. We're about midway through our video, just a few more creatures to go before seeing who made number 1. Do you have any guesses? Leave them in the comments now and check back and see how it holds up at the end.
Who made number 1, y'all? We gotta know. We must know. If you wanna know, Oh, it says right there, leave a comment, like, comment, and subscribe, because I'm cutting the video here, man. Yes, sir. Anyway, Shmitty gang, that's going to be it for this one. I'm going to catch y'all in the next. I'll hit y'all with a part 2, maybe say tomorrow. Or if I get one comment, if I can get one comment, I'll hop on back here and I'll get to figure it out for you. So you don't got to go look it up your damn self. Don't go looking up my videos now. Just because I stole this video from Flight, I didn't watch it. I just saw he had uploaded some Mythical Creatures shit. So I was like, oh, I'm on that. But just because I stole the video don't mean you going to go steal the video. I ain't playing that. I ain't playing that. So just comment down below, but I will drop the part 2. Matter of fact, I probably even already have part 2 recorded. I just won't even upload it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's like. Shmitty gang, out of here, man.